I've started the recording for you all when it's ready. Proceed when you want to.
Thank you, Garrett. All right. Why don't we start? Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. First thing to do is to confirm that the recording has been started, which Mr. Corral just did. Thank you. So we'll move to our roll call, and I will conduct the roll call. It is 1:01 p.m. I would like to call to order this meeting of the WIFA Federal Programs Committee. Calling the roll, Blake Anderson. Britton Baxter.
Present.
Tom Bishotsky.
Lainey Meeker for Director Bishotsky.
Paul Gardner. Ray Montoya.
Here.
Joe Olson.
Present.
Kevin Rogers.
Present.
Fernando Shipley.
Here.
David Tenney. Sandra Watson. Karen Peters. Okay, I'm here. So I think I lost count there. So if someone can tell me, we have 7. Does that sound right?
That's correct.
7 members present. Quorum is confirmed. So for the record, please remember to identify yourself when making a motion or requesting to speak. Please ensure you are unmuted for any votes. And for those in the room, I don't think we have any in the room today, please remember to leave the microphones on the table for sound quality purposes. In addition, if any member wishes to depart the meeting at any time, please announce your departure for our recorded meeting records. So moving on to agenda item 2. Hold on, let me hang up on this person. Okay. Disclosure of conflicts of interest. Has WIFA staff received any disclosures?
Good afternoon, Joe Satelli, General Counsel. No disclosures have been submitted for today's meeting.
Thank you, Joe. If any member would like to identify and disclose a conflict for any item on today's agenda, they may do so at this time.
Madam Chair, I will also note for the record that Blake Anderson has joined us at 1:02.
Fantastic. Welcome, Blake. All right, we're now to agenda item number 3, the director's report. Chelsea McGuire will lead the discussion.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. So short report, just want to say thank you, first of all, to all the committee members for agreeing to this off-cycle Federal Programs Committee meeting. This is an important project, and we're glad that we were able to get in a committee decision before our board meeting on Wednesday. So appreciate you all being flexible with that. We will see you again in April, back on our cycle, but I will talk about a little bit later on in the agenda. The current meeting date that we have noticed for that, we're actually going to push that back a week. The way that the Tuesdays fell in April, it made it so that this would have been the day before the board meeting. We're going to try to push that back a week to make it so that we have the time that we typically have between a committee meeting and a board meeting. Other thing that I will note is that we will have another meeting between now and then, but the EPA will be out for WIFA's annual SRF review, right now scheduled for April 28th through the 30th. So we are getting ready for that, have sent over the list of projects to EPA for review. So we'll hopefully have some things to update you on relatively soon after that annual review. Usually goes very, very well, thanks to the hard work of this committee, but just wanted to make sure that was on your calendars as well. And that's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. So we'll move on to our regular agenda items. So members of the public wishing to speak on a specific agenda item may submit a speaker's card prior to the chair opening discussion on that item. For instructions on how to submit a speaker's card, please refer to the Notes on Proceedings section of today's meeting agenda. So then going to agenda item number 4, consideration of the Financial Assistance Project Priority List Funding Cycle 2026. Lindsay Jones will lead the discussion. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Thank you, Director Peters. All right, for this agenda item, we are seeking the committee's recommendation on the March Clean Water Project Priority List. There were no new projects added to the PPL. However, the fundable range list has been updated to add that City of Scottsdale West World Drainage Project, which is CW011-2026, and on the agenda right after this. That project is requesting just above $10 million and has received a 95% financial assistance index score. I'm happy to answer any questions the committee has on this agenda item. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Does the committee have any questions for WIFA staff? Not seeing any. Do we have any requests for public comment on this item?
No request to speak on this item.
Thank you. All right. Any additional committee discussion on this item? Then may we have a motion on agenda item number 4 for consideration of the Financial Assistance Project Priority List Funding Cycle 2026.
Madam Chair, this is Joe Ellison. I move to recommend approval of consideration of the Financial Assistance Project Priority List Funding Cycle 2026.
Thank you very much. Do we have a second?
This is Fernando Shipley. I'll second.
Thank you. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor, we'll call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, the item is approved. Thanks very much. We'll move now to agenda item number 5, which is Loan Resolution 2026-052, City of Scottsdale. Scott Connolly will lead the discussion and introduce any representatives from the applicant. Please go ahead, Scott.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. As mentioned, the City of Scottsdale is requesting approximately $10.5 million to improve flood protection and overall drainage performance at Westworld by addressing existing on-site and off-site stormwater deficiencies, including the undersized interior washes and Bahia Channel. Overall, the existing stormwater system lacks the capacity, lining, and proper conveyance needed to reliably manage stormwater and protect site infrastructure during large rainfall events. The project will include construction of stormwater conveyance, upgrades along with related culvert and wash improvements designed to reduce flooding risks and better manage storm water flows entering and generated within the city facilities. Financially, the city retains a AAA rating from all 3 major credit ratings related to the city's outstanding general obligation bonds. Ratings for revenue bonds that are supported by enterprise revenue or excise taxes are also highly rated by these agencies. The City Council approved spending $250 million to fund water, wastewater, stormwater, and flood control capital improvement projects. In addition, voters approved and authorized the city to levy a 1.15% transaction privilege and use tax or an excise tax for 30 years to fund improvements and maintenance for citywide parks, including Westworld capital improvements. This tax levy is specifically designed to first pay infrastructure debt service expenses prior to being allocated for other purposes. WIFA staff used this tax levy as the repayment source in preparing its 5-year financial performance forecast. As expected, given the city's high debt rating, future projections have the debt service coverage exceeding the required 1.5 times coverage necessary to qualify for WIFA's top security level. By upgrading undersized channels and culvert connections, the project is designed to reduce localized flooding, erosion, and stormwater-related impacts to the surrounding public infrastructure. Accordingly, the project is eligible for forgivable principal as a stormwater runoff mitigation project, and WIFA staff is presenting it with $1 million in forgivable principal. In addition, WIFA Procedure 3.3.1 allows for the use of a non-standard CFR to incentivize loan demand to meet EPA capitalization grant equivalency requirements. As this project meets those requirements, a non-standard rate is proposed that will apply a rate factor of 90% to the base market rate to determine the CFR, instead of the standard method of using the borrower's financial assistance index score, which is 95%. to determine that rate. That is the analysis. We do have representatives online. I think there's Sonia Andrews, the CFO, and Thor, the assistant city treasurer, and other men members that are listed there on the screen. The project manager for this project was Samantha Lemke, and the loan officer was Anthony Nagara. So with that, I'll turn it back for any questions to the applicant representatives or WIFA staff.
Excellent, thank you. Does the committee have any questions for WIFA staff? Not seeing any. Are there questions for the applicant? Okay, do we have any requests for public comment on this item?
No request to speak on this item.
Okay, then any committee discussion? Hearing none, may we have a motion for agenda item number 5 for loan resolution 2026-052?
Madam Chair, this is Ray Montoya. I'd move for approval of agenda item 5, CW-011-026.
Thank you so much. Do we have a second?
Madam Chair, this is Britton Baxter. I second.
Terrific. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? Any abstained? Okay, the item is approved. Thank you very much to the applicant representatives for being with us today. The item is approved. So at this time, we'll move to item 6 on the agenda, the call to the public. This is the time for any additional public comments. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. Are there any requests for public comments?
There are no requests to speak on this item.
Okay, thanks very much. Item number 7 on the agenda is the opportunity for members to identify any topics they would like placed on a future agenda. Anything, Director McGuire, anything you'd like to share?
I would like to share, Madam Chair, that, and I think I've shared this with this group before as well. We are going to work on, once we have our new board appointed and have the full complement of the board appointed, on some strategic planning for the board itself. I do anticipate that the Federal Programs Committee will be involved in that strategic planning as well, especially as it relates to the future of the SRFs, what kinds of projects we want to prioritize, what we want those programs to look like now and into the future. So just be on the lookout for that, some maybe questions, potential additional meetings, but other than that, I have nothing specific to add to a future agenda.
Great. Anything else from other committee members? All right, hearing none. As Chelsea indicated, the next meeting of the Federal Programs Committee is scheduled for Tuesday, April 7th. But I think you mentioned there might be an adjustment, so we'll look forward to hearing about that.
That is correct. And actually the 7th would be the adjusted date. So you all should have a calendar invite right now for the 14th. We will adjust that once Yolanda is back in the office to reflect that the meeting will actually be held on Tuesday, April 7th. So mark your calendars for that.
Thank you, Chelsea. Sorry, my confusion. Okay, well then, with that, if there is nothing else, I will adjourn this meeting of the WIFA Federal Programs Committee. The time is now 1:15 p.m. We are adjourned. Thanks all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.